Today we're doing a review of this bag here, the Mous Optimal Protective Lid Backpack. In this video, I'm gonna take my experience of reviewing 600 plus of the world's best bags. And we're gonna tear this thing apart. We're gonna fully pack it out. We're gonna double check its advertised capacity. I'm gonna give you my brutally honest pros and cons so you can know if this bag is a ripoff or if it's worth the price. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video because that's where I'll make some alternative suggestions for bags that might better suit your needs, just in case you're not quite feeling the Mous Optimal. Let's talk about the gist of the Mous Optimal Protective Lid Backpack. Mous is a British company that started off by making protective phone cases and obnoxious advertisements to promote those phone cases. And what they did was they took that ethos of protection for phones and made it into protection into backpacks for your other tech gear. So that ethos of protection stayed the same, and so did their ethos of more annoying advertisements. They throw this thing off of spaceships and hot air balloons. But you gotta give it to them. Those ads and this product has resulted in Mous becoming one of the most requested brands, and this one of the most requested bags that we get on Nomad's Nation. Let me tell you why. Let's go into some of the top features of the Optimal Protective Lid Backpack. Mous Optimal Protective Lid Backpack, that's 10 syllables for one bag. It's too many syllables. But is it too many features? Let's go. We've got Mous's one-of-a-kind design and shape and aesthetic, which we'll talk about a bit more in detail in the next chapter. A well-padded shape, but should be noted not as extremely padded as the Extreme Commuter backpack, which is a different bag we reviewed previously, which we'll link somewhere. We've got the hook lid opening, front pocket here, one water bottle pocket, one innie-outie pocket on the side, another quick access pocket on the side here, a tech compartment that is advertised to be extremely protective. And we'll analyze whether that's true or not 3 chapters from now. Hidden back pocket on the back panel, and a harness system that I have some thoughts on. Now, Mous claims that this bag is 25 liters capacity, but here at Nomad's Nation, we always double check those things. And I'm gonna tell you right now, with how many pockets there are in this bag, it's going to be extremely difficult to know for sure, because volume and capacity is a bit more of an art than a science. There's a lot of different ways to measure it, but let me tell you what my view is on the volume. All right, before we start talking about the capacity, let's look at the dimensions now that the bag is fully packed out. We got a height of just over 16 inches, a width of 13 inches, and a fully packed out depth of 7 inches. And fully packed, indeed it is. You can see we got our factory grade measuring balls in the main compartment. You know what? Let's squeeze a few more in there. Oh yeah, now we're fully packed out. Let's see what that comes out to. Lost a few balls there, but I'll compensate. There we go. So as you can see in the main compartment, we got about 5, 10, 15 liters of capacity, which leads me to believe that this is definitely not a 25 liter bag. Hear me out. I know that we didn't measure out all the other compartments, but this is a very well padded bag, which means it doesn't have a lot of packing space. All that padding underneath the fabric actually really compromises packing capacity. But yeah, let's be honest, you know, you can fit a bit more in these pockets. You might get half a liter there, right? So we have a few more liters in combined external pocket space. And then maybe you can get 3 to 4 liters in the tech compartment. Also depends how the main compartment is packed out, right? Because if it's too tight, then it's gonna compromise how much you can fit in here. But no matter how you add it up, it's not gonna reach 25. I'll say this is definitely gonna pack out closer to a 20, maybe a 22 liter at max. Mous claims on their website that this bag weighs 1.55 kg, and we're getting 1.49 kg on scale number 1, and 1.5 kg on scale number 2, which I had to calculate to pounds for my American brain is 3.3 pounds, which, you know, for a 25 liter bag, a little on the heavy side, but for a bag that carries closer to 20/22 liters, a bit more on the heavy side. Usually we like to see around 10 liters to a pound ratio here at Nomad's Nation, but you are getting a ton of protection in this bag, and that's where the extra weight goes to. We'll talk about that a bit more in detail soon. As of recording, this bag currently comes in 4 color options. Because it's so well padded, it looks the same when it's empty or when it's packed out. This is the bag when it's empty, and here it is fully packed out and worn on the Nomad's Nation team. Margaret is 5'2", I'm 5'8", and Jason Bagmoa is 6'1". But don't worry, we're gonna pack the bag out throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Mous bags are covered by their 25-year limited lifetime warranty. One thing to note, it is Black Friday as we're shooting this, so it says 240 slashed out and then 170. So just to be fair to them, sometimes prices can fluctuate around this time of the year. but I have to use the price that I have as the North Star. So right now we're going with the price point of this bag being 240 USD. And again, that's our North Star moving forward because that gives us the context whether the bag is worth it or whether it's a ripoff. But one really important thing to keep in mind is that if any point in this video you think the bag is totally worth it, you think it's the protective, modern bag of your dreams, and you're thinking about picking one up or you want to learn more information about it, we highly suggest using the first link in the description. 2 reasons why. First, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes, especially for Mous. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the front of the Mous Optimal Protective Lid Backpack. Starting with the aesthetic, which I think is going to be a hit or a miss. But if you're here, I think that you obviously dig it because you're probably thinking about buying this bag. I'll say it's an aesthetic that is more on the futuristic side, definitely more on the techie side, but it's definitely unique. And like, not a lot of bags look like this. So you gotta give Mous credit for that, like making something that's innovative and unique. Now, one thing contributing to that modern and techie aesthetic are these fabrics. This bag's got 2 primary fabrics. This is an 840D ballistic nylon with a face, and this is a 500D nylon without a face. The face refers to a finish, because what it means is this fabric was this fabric until they applied the finish to this fabric, basically making it look like this fabric. And that finish makes the bag significantly more weather resistant. But keep in mind that this is not a waterproof bag. Yes, we have waterproof fabrics and zippers, but in between that, there's lots of stitching, lots of seams that water can get through. But I will say, like, the waterproofness of this bag will be impressive. Should I say the weather resistance of this bag will be impressive by market standards, but definitely don't want to get caught in a rain with this bag for longer than 20 or 30 minutes, I'd say. And the other thing to keep in mind is Mous makes it very clear that there's a triple layer PU and PC coating. PC coatings are great because they're weather resistant and they don't peel. But PU coating, PU equals polyurethane, and polyurethane is a plastic, and plastic coatings can peel. So you can see these are PU zippers, and we have a PU coating here, which means that over time, the bag could end up looking like this. There's no guarantee, and hopefully it doesn't happen. And if you own this bag or any other Mous products, we'd love to hear your experience in the comments below. And even if it does happen to someone else's bag, it doesn't mean it'll happen to your bag. It depends on exposure to sunlight and humidity and so many factors. But at this price point, it's definitely something you have to be aware of. Mous's logo, I hate their logo. It's just so childish and obnoxious to me. It's like, hey guys, today we're gonna learn about multiplication. I don't know, I just find the vibe just not my favorite. But let's transition into something I do love, which is really the entire functionality of what's going on here. Now, a top loader like this, you have to keep in mind it's gonna have pros and cons. One of the biggest pros is in Mous's ethos of protection. Because to get in, you gotta unhook this, like to get into the main compartment, lift this up, and then unzip to get in, and then boom, main compartment, accessed. That's a lot of movements. But if you're somebody who's concerned with protection, and that's very high on your, when you're checking your boxes, then this is going to be an amazing option because it's like a freaking vault in that sense. And it's a vault like from weather. It's a very weather resistant setup, but also potential thieves. This metal buckle right here gives the bag a very premium feel, and it's very easy to hook in and hook out. And underneath we have a pocket. This pocket is lined with a microfiber fabric, very, very soft, very, very nice to the touch. And it runs down to here. Due to the location of this pocket and the fact that it's lined with microfiber, ideal location for your shades. Go ahead and put those in there. This is also not the fastest access pocket because it is underneath the hook, right? So if you're waltzing around the city and you want to grab your sunglasses, you gotta take the bag off, unhook it, lift the lid up. It's a bit of a song and dance. But the pocket has plenty of space so you can fit other things like your AirPods and your battery. Should you put those in there with your glasses? Probably not, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're doing it. We live life on the edge. Extreme, like Mous's backpacks. The lid can be tightened or loosened depending on how you're loading the bag out. But unlike other roll tops, you can't like pack more stuff and then like lift this accordingly. Like, right, the zipper closes, which means that you don't have additional capacity that you can use, but also makes it a more tidy and secure packing experience. Okay, that's about it for the front. There's a lot to talk about for the middle of this bag. Let's jump into it and talk about the middle of the Mous Optimal Lid Commuter Backpack. Bottom here, we got these external lash points. You can carry things in the bottom of your bag with, yoga mats, potentially a bulky winter jacket. Side number one, we have the water bottle holder. and a compression strap at the top. We'll test out the water bottle holder once the backpack is fully packed out in the main compartment. Now flip it over to the other side, we got a lot going on, including 2 quick access pockets. In this bag, it should be noted, is a pocket lover's dream. I think there's 18 altogether. Big fan of the internal fabric that's being used in this bag. Light gray creates a bit of a highlight effect. You can use this pocket for your water bottle. This is a 24-ounce Columbia. I think you can at least with this close. It certainly barely will. Ooh, yeah, it's, you know, if you got one of these little like lid things, it might protrude. That's the thing with an innie-outie pocket like this. It's not very versatile, especially when compared to the other pocket. We'll discuss that in a second though. But it could be a good pocket for your phone, maybe a protein bar, things that you just want faster access to. These zippers are, y'all better be YKK. I'm seeing YKK there. Yeah, we got YKK zippers, which is great. At this price point, you're paying for the best, so you want the best. That is especially true of your zippers. YKK, best zippers in the game. Side pocket could be a good spot for your wallet. There's also another spot in this backpack where your wallet will be perfect to store, or will it? Coming soon. And yeah, these pockets are just great because of that quick access. You swing the bag around, unzip, boom. Snack time, mofos. Same thing with your wallet, your phone, and the double quick access pocket is quite a rarity. So if you like security and organization, this bag is gonna really speak to you. And if that's your jam, these 2 pockets, they're gonna make you very happy. Now getting into the main compartment, like we said, you gotta unhook and unzip. Then that does though give you full clamshell style access. And thank God for this, because it's like the evolution of the old school roll top. But the old school roll top didn't open clamshell like this. And thank God the new school kind of roll top does. So you can see you just get full view over all your stuff, which makes it a lot easier for access. I'm gonna rearrange a couple of things now and fully pack out this main compartment so you can see how it works. These 2 top pockets have a really interesting foldy design, so you can access your smaller bits of gear from the top of the bag. Not gonna lie, I like these. They're prescriptive, they're small, but you know, for your AirPods and your small charger being at the top like that, they're a little cumbersome to access, but very secure. Top pocket here, I'm gonna throw my tape measure and some pens, basically my little tool station. Also should be noted, a lot of these pockets, these 2 at the top and this one here are using a Darlington mesh. It's got some nice stretch to it, really nice feel, very silky. Love the inclusion of that fabric. Ooh, this fabric is beautiful as well. Also has some stretchiness to it. Mous definitely decked this bag out with some high quality fabrics, which is what you'd expect at the price point. Good spot for a backup pair of glasses. Air tag tracker right here. At the top, we're gonna do my packable tote, a couple notebooks. Side pocket is using the same stretchy fabric that this pocket is using. As you can see, my 24-ounce Columbia water bottle. Ugh. It fits, but it's also fighting for capacity with whatever's in here. Could be a good spot for your city umbrella though. That's lovely. And then the main compartment, you got tech pouch, hoodie, headphones. That's it. Remember, the main compartment is only around 15 liters capacity, and that definitely feels like a 15 liter. Yeah, this does not feel like a 25 liter bag. I stand by what I said, 20 to 22, somewhere in that range, max. Now that we have the main compartment fully packed out, like ish, like I didn't pack it to bursting, but you can see even with it packed out, the Columbia fits very nicely in the water bottle pocket. Not my favorite water bottle pocket though. No gusset here at the bottom, which means that the fabric is really tight, which means that it's sort of pushing the water bottle up. And we don't have a lot of fabric to play with even at the beginning, as we're dealing with 6.5 inches at the bottom, which seems like a lot, but it's not enough. But thankfully, Mous has given us this compression strap, which can at least semi-help secure your water bottle a bit more. At the very least, you can actually clip your water bottle onto this compression strap as well with a small carabiner. Now for the 1 liter Yeti, you can actually slide it under the compression strap into the water bottle pocket, and that's a pretty safe fit right there. Yeah, it's actually really nice. Compression straps, I'm not a huge fan of typically on my EDC, but I can't deny they're really functional, and they can help cinch the side of the bag if you want to save some space or lower the profile or do that. That's awesome. Last pocket here at the top, YKK, PU coated zipper, same microfiber padding, lining. Maybe a bit of padding in there as well. Take out our glasses from the front pocket, because I'll definitely much prefer to have them in this pocket. Bit easier access. It's a tighter fit though. It's not a very wide pocket. And just with the design, it's a little bit tighter, but your glasses, you know, as long as they're not like $700 Ray-Bans, I feel okay putting them in there. Mine are $22 Amazon glasses. For the Ray-Bans, you might wanna put them in a case. Last note on the middle, this is not a self-standing bag. On the self-standing scale, I give it a 0 out of 5. Not that it's anything wrong with that. It's not designed to be. It's got a bit more of an aerodynamic design, a little bit sexified with like this bottom cutoff, but that's gonna result in a bag that's not gonna stand unless you really try to pack it out in a way that gives it some support in the bottom, but not a great self-standing bag. Now, before we jump into the next section, I gotta let you know that if you're enjoying this review, you might be a bit of a gearhead, or at the very least, you like bags, or at the most, maybe you're an EDC and travel nerd, or really anywhere in between that spectrum. And if that's the case, well, so am I, and I'd love to, again, welcome you to Nomads Nation and tell you that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do epic bag and travel gear and EDC gear reviews, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, you could look at me like you're a reporter in the field where I'm coming into your inbox at least once a week, trying to keep it around once a week. And I'm giving you all the juice of what's happening in this incredible industry. The newest releases that you gotta know about, limited edition collabs, industry trends, plus access to our exclusive discount codes and giveaways. And it's cool because we just take a 30,000 foot look out of this industry, and I'm really proud of it. And if you're really into stuff like this, I know that you'll love it. So if that interests you, be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. I hope to see you in your inbox. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the back of the Mous Optimal Protective Lid Backpack. Tech compartment. Again, Mous's jam is tech protection. They're a phone case company, for God's sake. They put their phones in cases and throw them off of helicopters. So they were actually pretty honest about the fact that their first backpack, the Extreme Commuter backpack with the lid, which has gone through a few names as well. Mouse's naming conventions are a little, not just long, but confusing. But they were very transparent about the fact that their first bag was really, really tech protective. And their second bag was a little bit less so. I think you get like diminished returns at a certain point, as to where I think that this optimal backpack is pretty protective in its own. Now, Mous uses their quote unquote air foam master technology, and I don't know what that is. But what I will tell you is that it's a pretty well-constructed laptop compartment. This blue fabric right here is microfiber, again, protecting your laptop from scratches. I got a cutout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and that is absolutely fitting in. And yeah, we got a nice little false bottom going on there. A bit of padding here too, so if your bag hits the ground, your laptop will be pretty safe. But that aside, I don't think this is any better than like necessarily your typical high quality laptop tech compartment in a backpack. I'd say it's excellent, but it's not like Mous has done anything better than some of the brands that I've reviewed here before. But if you're looking for the cream of the crop, I definitely say like, this is it. This is just a really well protected tech compartment. We've got tablet sleeve, can fit my 13-inch iPad as well. Access into this compartment is pretty sick actually. You can see it opens up nicely so you can grab what you need. And you got some space in here as well. And the usage of that space will vary depending on how fully packed out the bag is. But just to show you, I think that I can get a book in there and still close it. Yeah, so remember what I said when we were testing out the literage of the bag? Not all bags, tech compartments actually have capacity. Once the main compartment's packed out, it just becomes like this, which means you can slide a laptop in there and that's it. But Mous's design with the separate tech compartment actually ensures that you do have extra capacity in there. I stick by what I said, 3-4 liters, depending on how the bag's packed out. But overall, really nice execution in that tech compartment. Top handle, nice, gets the job done, easy to grab, plenty of space, a nice fabric, a nice padding. I take it back, actually, this is an excellent handle. And Mous is not like a carry brand first. So like little details like that, a lot of non-carry brands usually get wrong. They'll just be like, it's a handle. I'm just gonna freaking staple something on top, but it's like, there was love put into this handle. And this is a touch point at the bag, and I appreciate when love is put into touch points. One thing I appreciate a lot less though is this. Ooh, that's not gonna be a fan of this. Luggage pass-through holder, not ideal for a few reasons. Here's why. First of all, look at how tight this thing is. Like I can barely squeeze my fingers in there, let alone trying to get this on here. Now, it could be done, but lots of things could be done that don't feel, I got that feeling. I don't like that. This is gonna break, dude. Maybe it won't, but it's so tight. It's just too tight. It feels bad. And also on top of it, you're being forced to carry the bag this way, which is definitely a vertical access bag, you know, your laptop, the main compartments. So although this will work, oh, that's so tight, holy crap. We have the potential of this maybe getting pulled out over time. Maybe not too much. I mean, we got a really nice bar tack stitch at the top and at the bottom, but I'm hoping on the next version of this bag, Mous loosens that up. Another thing that I don't love about this bag is this side pocket. It's tight, we're at like 6.5 inches. And when the bag is fully packed out, it's just really difficult to stick your hand in here and grab what you need, especially because the pocket is deep. It goes all the way back here. So your wallet shifts back here, and then you want to grab it really fast, and you gotta, yeah, it's, you know, you're doing this every time. Hold on, I got it. This is not just Mous that does this. There's most back wallet pockets like this actually, or at least they're just a. And we have a PU coated zipper here as well, which I don't think was necessary, but it's also in line with Mous's ethos, ultimate protection at all times, so I'm cool with it. Shoulder straps, we got some lash points at the bottom, dangle stoppers, keeping the excess nylon where it belongs, like here, not here. Overall comfort of this bag is pretty good. One thing I'm definitely missing is a sternum strap. I understand that not everybody cares about sternum straps, but a lot of people like me, we're trying to watch our back health. We're walking around all day in the city we live in. For me, it's Hong Kong. And a sternum strap would have helped to redistribute the weight a little bit, just taking some of that pressure off the lower back. But overall, I mean, they're nice straps. They got a nice contour to them, decent amount of padding. The ventilated mesh right here is a little scratchy, but it's breathable. I like it on the back panel too, and you can see we got these cutouts right here, which will inspire more ventilation. Yeah, 2.5 inches width. I actually think this is an improvement over their Extreme Commuter too, which I didn't love the comfort of. So I think Mous is definitely getting better at what they do. What do we got for depth here? Yeah, we got 1 cm. So overall, pretty comfy bag, comfier than their last bag. Okay, that should be about it. Let's talk about the overall pros and cons of the Mous Optimal Protective Lid Backpack. Pro number 1, as the name suggests, it's going to be just how protective this bag is, especially in the tech compartment. Pro number 2, I'm just gonna emphasize that tech compartment. It's great, it's protective, it's spacious, it's versatile, great execution there. And pro number 3 is going to be pockets. Both the quality of the pockets and the quantity. This is just a bag that has a ton of organization. So if you value organization, you'll like that about this bag. But on the flip side, all bags have cons. Here are mine. Con number 1 is while this bag is very secure, access, especially to the main compartment, is a just this. Con number 2, luggage pass-through. Oh my God, it's so tight. Con number 3, back wallet pocket, also extremely tight. Let's now take these pros and cons, mash them together, and give you my overall scores. Overall score number 1 for comfort, 3 out of 5. It's a good score. It's not uncomfortable, gets the job done. Would have appreciated a sternum strap and maybe a little bit more padding, but more or less a comfy bag. Number 2 is going to be value, which again, we're taking the current 240 USD dollar price point, which I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Mous is definitely decking this bag out with some really nice materials, YKK zippers. Who does the hardware? These are the little things to know. Yeah, Woojin hardware. Okay, so like they're doing the right things, the zippers, the hardware, and the interior of the bag with the Darlington mesh and that really nice lining. They're decking this bag out, which is what you need at 240 USD. But I would say by market standards, you know, you can get an airbag for 30 bucks cheaper, and it's gonna be probably a little bit better. So it's okay, it's good. And my overall score, we'll just keep it consistent, 3 out of 5. Mous is a non-carry brand, making a really good carry product. And I think that as they get more experience in this field and more feedback, they can hopefully make future iterations better and better. But there's also a chance that if you're still watching this, you're like, dude, future iteration being better, I can't imagine anything being better than this bag. It looks dope, it's protective, it's got a billion pockets, I'm in. Well, just a reminder, if you are gonna make a purchase, we do suggest doing so with the first link in the description. Reason being that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, which we usually have for Mous, that's where they'll be. But if you're not quite sold, let's talk some alternatives. First up, if you're new to the Nomads Nation channel, you gotta watch our leaderboard video. In that video, the Nomads Nation team, we all get together and we tell you what our favorite bags are in different bag categories, including like this category, the EDC category. I think everybody on the team actually has a pick for that category. And it's a really interesting conversation because we choose our first picks and our second picks, and then you can get like a range to see what the best options in the market are from different perspectives. It's the best, it's a great video. You meet the whole team. I've gone ahead and linked that above. But if we're pretty close with the protective lid, there's 2 options that are a little bit different, but close, so you can find the best bag for your needs. First is going to be the Mous Extreme Commuter backpack. I know it's kind of the same bag, but it's also not. It's a lot more padded. Like having reviewed that bag and then this bag, this one just feels a lot more malleable, which I prefer. But if you are that hardcore, extreme tech protection kind of person, the name of the bag, the Extreme Commuter lid protector, whatever the hell it's called now, it's a lot more protective. And my second alternative is going to be the Nomadic backpack. This is a great pick for you if you're looking for a modern, kind of businessy, sleek, techie bag that has a ton of pockets, but you want to see it done a little bit differently. I think Mous's aesthetic is a bit more, I don't know how to explain it, like let's just say Nomadic's aesthetic is more professional. That's what I'll say. But they honestly are really similar bags in terms of their use case, but the Nomadic has a couple of other cool features up its pocket, like 4 liters of expansion and a bit better access for the main compartment. Honestly, all 3 bags are awesome. They all got their unique pros and cons. You just gotta figure out which one best suits your needs. And to learn more about the 2 alternatives, you can go ahead and watch these videos here. If you got any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron. This is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.